Okay. Popgun always doing bunny puns. I hope you like bunny puns, because for the third time in a row, we're watching the bunnies. It's not a bad thing. The bunnies are sick. We love the bunnies, but 3 times in a row. I'm gonna explain real quick. We're doing round 6 losers. Normally, we're watching winners. All my homies love the winners, but we're waiting on grand finals to start, and this round will determine who's in grand finals. So right now we're watching the bunnies versus Persistence, who just took a game off Westbroad regulars. Yeah?
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Is there a good news?
There is good news and bad news.
Let's hear the good news.
The good news is Rainmaker and Anchovy is not in rotation for this one. So the bunnies don't have to lose yet again in a heartbreaking fashion.
That's true.
The bad news is that we're not streaming Kinsa Clan. I thought we were, but unfortunately not. So.
Are you sure about that one?
You never know.
Good. Wait.
So let's see. Bunnies and Persistence. Persistence. It's been a couple of rounds in the losers bracket. They just beat the Grillers 2-0. Interestingly enough, in past lowings, this would basically be the third place game that we don't really see. So the loser of this will take home the bronze medal, and the winner, if you're the Bunnies and you've been on stream for 3 straight games, they're hoping to get 4.
Bunny's about to be on the stream for half our stream time.
Something I do kind of want to point out. Persistence is a team I'm very familiar with. One thing that kind of makes Persistence the unique team that they are is their brush player that plays so their brush player just kind of like ignites everything for them. I don't see their brush player here. Either they weren't available for today, or they just don't have them in this game. It looks like they have a sub. It's no use. I don't know who that is. So
interesting.
So we might not see the same kind of persistent play we're used to seeing from these guys.
All right, just quick few pointers. This is losers, round 6, the last one. Winner of this goes to grand finals, and this is a best of 2. So we've been watching best of 5 all day. So this is best of 2, and this will be the only one we'll see.
Best of 2.
Yes.
Well, we do see a.
Oh my gosh. Best of 3.
We do see a camo umbrella coming out from the side of Persistence. So again, no brush from them, which is something you're not really used to not seeing. And the same Clan Blitz cop we've seen from the Bunnies in every Clan Blitz game so far. Again, this is the 3rd match they're being streamed, so no surprises there.
The Persistence not seeing a flank. However, the Bunny's not really ready for the flank either, so...
Oh,
that's not good.
You see Bunny there trying to be sneaky, not picking up a 10th clan. But while doing that, Persistence slipped past and was able to get a score there. And a few clams to follow it up, but that looks to be the end of the push in this opening minute. So not a huge score for Persistence, but it looks like them making that score there was able to stall the Bunnies long enough. But a huge amount of clams in favor of the Bunnies right now, with a lot of specials as well.
Yeah, I think the Bunnies ready for a push, possibly. They are 1 down, but they do have 2 specials ready, so if they can get that last player in time. And, last time, Persistence didn't even see this flank. They're doing it again right here.
They just can't keep track of this Bunny. They don't realize that Waspily Wabbit there, slipping past everybody. Actually, whoa, wait,
what's happening?
All the way up there. Okay. No push.
I was about to say, hold on.
Can't get all the way up there. Last player alive is the Baller L3. Does get snuffed out by Persistence. However, the lead does go to the Bunnies as we approach just about 2 minutes. They're throwing clams on the plat. Unfortunate for the Bunnies trying to play defense with the bridge open there. So the plat will go to Persistence, and they do have a lot of clams to go with here.
Clams. This could be huge if they didn't get taken out like that.
It's no use not having the last player alive here. with this power clam. He's just going to back off with it, trying to save it, but does go down to the splat bomb. So a nice defense over round for the bunnies there.
With the bunnies having all the specials, all the clams, this is their time to strike if they can play the cards right.
Yeah, and the foil squeezer. We haven't really talked much about the foil squeezer. It's an interesting pick, but it's a very good weapon. As we see once again the roller coming in here.
How long this can keep happening?
Oh, but Bear Paw killing the jump, that saves a power clam that would have gone in. So very nice pick by Bear Claw there to limit the damage, but Persistence having a hard time keeping those rabbits from hopping out from the holes. Oh, ooh, get the good
throw, yeah. Seeing that stamp maybe slow them down a little bit. However, bunnies have an opportunity to get mid back, get their clams.
The bunnies, we've seen them be aggressive. As soon as they get a power clam, they don't even waste. They want to pick it up and they want to just kind of show that they have a lot of clams ready to go at their disposal here. But they do lose the roller being the key player that they've been using to flank into the base so that they can do the jumps. We've seen the bunnies do a lot of those roller jumps. And if they go once again.
Open.
Well, this time
not gonna work. Oh, 4.1.
Wow.
I was gonna say, like, when would Persistence notice the bunnies' constant flanks? No, their solution was just play faster than the bunnies.
Yes, the and it ended up working out for them there. I mean, that's twice now that we saw the bunnies get an opportunity where they could have scored, but Persistence was just quicker. So nicely played by Persistence there.
Wait, is this best of 3? Oh no, I might be wrong.
I believe it's a best of 5. Since
right, no, all losers are best of 3 except for this one. Of course, it's this one. All right, my bad. No, this is best of 5.
So we are now going back to Anchovy Games. This time for Splat Zones. For Persistence, I think they're going to come back out with the heavy.
The heavy's been playing well.
Plays the heavy remix extremely well, as well as Ballpoint, I do believe. And not having their brush player in doesn't seem to be slowing them down much. I mean, they've already made it to losers finals. So even with a slightly different comp, it's just kind of business as usual for Persistence so far.
Yeah. You said you knew Persistence quite a bit. I don't really. I'm not super familiar with them, so I'm kind of just watching, seeing what they do. And I'm liking their playstyle so far against the bunnies. We've watched the bunnies for so long now.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
Bunnies well more than Persistence.
It's kind of cool to see what playstyles affect a team. So I'm kind of experimenting here.
Yeah, I think you and me can pretty much predict what to expect from the bunnies at this point. I mean, E-Leader coming back out here, possibly a scoped E-Leader. The vanilla roller. Yeah, so...
Yeah, waiting on one more player.
Surprises for us, but we'll see how Persistence responds. So here we go. Game 2. Game 1 going to Persistence in an exciting back and forth Clan Blitz game. As we take a look at the comps here. Is that a Dynamo to go with that? It is. So no surprises from the bunnies, but a Dynamo to go along with that Ballpoint. And that's a vanilla Splat Dualies. I actually kind of like that pick.
No, wait, hold on. I never see that weapon. Like, I always say I like seeing weird weapons, but like, I never see Dualies.
It's interesting we see this vanilla Splat Dualies before we would see Kensa or Imperry at this turn. Tell that to somebody in 2018, they wouldn't believe you. So Zone initially going to go to control of Persistence, but 2 players down on each side here. Judy Hopps Judy Hopps, the last player alive, does have armor built up, but not enough players alive to make it worth popping. So Judy's just going to wait for their teammates to come back before using this armor to try to build up specials. But the ballpoint coming out for Persistence is going to be key. Beacons can be very helpful in this map, as well as the run speed. As you see Bear Paw pushing up there, getting a couple of picks.
Bear Paw's been doing great anchoring, keeping the zone, getting picks of normally what the bunnies have been doing is just going in and getting kills, getting trades, but Bear Paw's been totally denying that playstyle. He's been doing a great job with that.
I Heart Laura getting several picks here. Looking to get this last player in zone. It looks like they do get them, so there's a bit of a delayed wipe. The bunnies get there. However, with Persistence, you got a pretty huge lead. But with no penalty points for the bunnies, they're going to start doing some permanent damage here as they use Bomb Rush to keep control of the plat as Persistence comes back in to try to contest zone.
The roller is... Actually, that's not the roller watching. I was wondering if that was the roller who was shucking it the whole time. However, Persistence has to get that zone real quick because they're getting points. That Booyah Bomb, a couple jumps coming in, that could do it. And noticing that roller is key. However, they don't take it out. Yes, they do. Never mind. 3 people coming up to zone. Hopefully, can get a cap before they can get the lead.
And this zone should go back to control the Persistence before they lose the lead. As you see Chan there getting a nice pick, a necessary pick, so that Persistence can get back control. So here they go. Persistence backing off. It's kind of interesting. They had basically a delayed wipe there. Instead of choosing to push up plat, they all kind of retreated to their own plat. I guess there was some paint they wanted to cover up before they pushed up themselves, but that will allow the bunnies to build up a lot of specials. As you see Splashdown coming down here on the back end with Bomb Rush, giving control back to the bunnies.
Booyah Bomb, unfortunate. Hate to see it.
Yeah,
but they're still good. That sniper is going to prove a little difficult. That Booyah Bomb was intended to go towards them. But that Dynamo, with the Dynamo down, might be tough to keep that zone for Persistence over Bear Paw and getting some help. He's doing a good job supporting their anchor player.
Yes, as we see the Neo Splash here trying to establish control of this left court area. Does have Bomb Rush built up. If the bunnies can find a way to get a few picks here, it should be able to sustain this push long enough so that they can get control of the lead. And they do get 3. Wow. They do get a wipe, actually. As you see the Neo Splash getting a key triple and now pushing up way into the base, basically into the spawn of Persistence, trying to sucker some people into fight so that they don't go to zone to cap, and the lead will go to the bunnies, if not the whole game.
Yeah, that was quite a hairy situation for Persistence. Oh my gosh, I just did it.
You didn't do that on purpose, did you?
No, I did not. Okay. But anyways, Persistence having a good domination for most of that match. They lost it last second. The bunnies proving again, I'm going to keep saying it's a super aggressive playstyle. Gonna really benefit them in that situation.
Yeah, the Neo Splash just kind of taking over the last 20 seconds there, making a hero play, getting a key triple, and that was a huge play there, and that will help equalize this losers final, which ties it at 1-1 as we go back to main stage. This time for tower control. The first checkpoint can be kind of difficult to get past if you don't have control of the enemy snipe. But that second checkpoint, whoever gets past that usually decides who wins and loses this one.
Yeah, and I don't know, the bunnies haven't been playing too hot when it comes to tower control. But after this, it's Rainmaker, so I think Persistence wants to win this one. Well, yeah, they want to get a little bit more of a lead.
Well, we saw the aggressive playstyle of the bunnies working kind of against them in the last tower control game they played, where they were just basically throwing bodies to try to stop the tower instead of regrouping.
Oh yeah.
What's interesting here for Persistence is their sub. It's no use. We've seen them use Camo Brella in the first game. We saw them use Dynamo in the second one. So it's not. I don't think the bunnies can really predict what the sub for Persistence can bring out, and that might make them a little bit nervous. Just from that unpredictability of what the comp is going to be from Persistence.
Yeah, both teams kind of taking their time discussing what they want to do. They're going to wait for that lobby time to run out, so I think both teams are really planning ahead on what to do here.
Yeah, you see one player not readying up for, well, you don't see that.
You know that.
We see there's one player on each side not readying up, which is good. At this point in the tournament, you want to take that extra time to make sure everybody's on the same page of what you want to do for each particular map and mode. Oh, and we do see a blaster coming out.
Not the worst pick for tower control. We just haven't seen one on stream yet, as far as I know.
And not an E-leader. We've seen I Heart Laura come out with the E-leader a lot, especially on this map, but with the tower control, it looks like they're opting to go with the Stingray and sacrificing the range that they have been using with that E-leader so far.
It's a little weird. Normally bunnies would come out guns blazing at the beginning of the match, but right now they're changing the playstyle. They're sticking to their zones. Yeah, they're playing a lot slower now. So I'm interested to see what they discussed before the lobby. I didn't think there'd be this much change, but right now they got enough picks to start a push here.
They waited for the kills to come to them, and they got a key triple right there. So they'll approach the first checkpoint. However, nobody for the bunnies really in front of the tower, but they do kind of get the snipe painted in their color. The blaster getting up there, so that will stop this push for now, even though they don't lose any players. It's just too hard. Oh, and a nice little area of effect kill there by Chan with that blaster. It's just too hard to get past that checkpoint when you don't have complete control of the enemy snipe.
Yeah, this blaster's proving to be quite handy when getting those last-minute picks. Getting lots of assists. Identifying those flanks. We saw this last time on this map with the bunnies. The bunnies constantly flanking. And as soon as Persistence can identify that issue, that's going to totally cancel that plan.
Yes, and Bear Paw with Persistence using the heavy remix. Bear Paw is very good heavy splatling player on a map that kind of benefits the aggressiveness of a heavy splatling. So. And you see the bear already with 5 KA over the bunnies as we go into the 3-minute mark now of this game, with neither team really threatening to clear the first checkpoint.
Ooh, just in time with the splashdown to get that kill and dodge the bomb. But Persistence hasn't really made any major strides in getting points yet, so I'm interested to see what they do with the timer reaching about the halfway mark.
So here they go, and here's another opportunity for the bunnies to get past this first checkpoint. They have the best opportunity to do so far with that snipe being cleared. You see I Heart Laura looking around and doesn't see any Persistent players in sight, so they will cruise past this checkpoint. And if this Inkjet can keep Persistence in their spawn, that would be huge to keep in control so they can get past the second checkpoint. However, Ink for Persistence does get called out. Oh, and they're so close to getting past this checkpoint, they just gotta hop on, and they do. All 4 bunnies converging onto the tower, and this will be a huge score for the bunnies to declare 2 checkpoints in one single push. The NZAP staying alive, but is looking to retreat. The damage done for the bunnies, though.
Yeah, this is quite interesting, because normally, last time we saw them on tower control, they didn't do too hot, but right now, they're calm, they're collected, they're sticking together, they're getting picks, and they're waiting for opportune times to push. And that's impressive, considering one of the hardest things about Splatoon, at least in my opinion, is identifying what your weakness is in the moment and adjusting on the fly.
Oh, absolutely. Adjustments in the middle of a tournament. It's one thing to do an adjustment in Ludi when you have like a whole week to kind of figure out what you're going to change and who your opponent is. But in a tournament, when you're constantly seeing new faces and the quick turnaround, yeah, the adjustment, I mean, they've made this adjustment playstyle-wise in the middle of the set, and it's really working out in their favor here. As you see a Stingray coming off from this tower as they approach this third and final checkpoint. The Roller, the only player left alive, does get killed. That is a wipe, and this is a dominant KO performance here that lasted 4 minutes for the Bunnies as they go up 2-1 in losers finals. And this is a best of 5, so the Bunnies just one more win away from a rematch against Trick or Treat.
Persistence. Not Trick or Treat.
I mean, if they win this, they'll play Trick or Treat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which Trick or Treat's waiting for the winner of this game. Yeah, they're just. Hopefully, they're watching this right now and plotting. Hi, Trick or Treat.
Bad news for the Rabbits is they have to go to Rainmaker, and Rainmaker has just been so stressful for them these last 2 matches. They've had big leads in the beginning that they've let slip away at the near the end there. So if you're Persistence, this is the mode that you want to be playing in if you're going to be down 1-2, because the Bunnies that we've seen with their aggressive playstyle have just been struggling to hold on to big leads deep into the game.
Right, yeah, so if the Bunnies win this, they move on to Grand Finals, and we get to watch them for a 4th time, which, I mean, I'm not complaining, but it's still a little unusual for the stream.
Kinsa Clan's over here like, we didn't even get streamed once.
What do you mean?
The
We
Bunnies
streamed them
get...
all.
So I guess the question here becomes, are they going to bring out the E-Leader again? This is a really good E-Leader map, but they've been opting to go with the Stingray scoped charger recently as part of their adjustment.
Yeah, both teams, one person waiting. I think they're doing another discussion. You gotta. That's just how it works.
Yeah, you don't make it this deep into a tournament of 120 some odd teams without having some sort of strategy and game plan coming into play here. Oh, and there it is. I mentioned it earlier that we've seen people just drop Anchor altogether in favor of Sploosh 7, the meta of the week. And
I'm gonna have to ask these people like why, because I don't think anyone knows why.
Well, actually, it's not too much of a change because it's no use that's using the Sploosh 7.
Oh, I played
and
in the
it's more
background.
so.
Yeah.
It's more so Bear Paw to switching to a Nautilus as we see a quick 3 kills, possibly 4 here, as the Nautilus can't even affect the Rainmaker as they come here. So the Bunnies, those quick rabbits, trying to get up there. Oh, I thought he fell off the map completely.
I didn't support the Rainmaker too well, but you know, good lead for the start of the match.
Honestly,
regardless.
that's a huge defense from Persistence. That could have been way worse. That could have been the game, actually. Bear Paw, the last one alive. Is Bear Paw using the end zap here?
Can't quite catch it.
I believe so, but you see Laura with the scope charger and not a lot of range on Persistence to counter it, but they do have the bombs that is going to force I Heart Laura back to mid, and ultimately leads to a splat there. Yeah, so it's Chan using the Nautilus, so their backliner, Bear Paw, is the one using N-Zap. That's interesting for Persistence.
Yeah, so Persistence picking up the Rainmaker, waiting for jumps, but Bunny's kind of taking advantage of their slowness, to be honest. Seeing that Ray, they're waiting for it. You know why they jumped back.
Yes, waiting just for Persistence to pick it up there.
And
as you
Ray,
see,
there it is.
Right on cue, they do pick up the Rain. Now, for Persistence to get lead, you see the Rainmaker's already made the jump, and it's no use as the last player alive there. For Persistence to get the lead, they just have to make that second jump up to that upper left alleyway there, as that's where the bunnies went when they took their first push. But we've seen this time and time again with the bunnies. They get a huge lead in the beginning, and then they just play bad for 10 seconds, and it costs them. But here they go. They're looking to add to their lead. But it does get picked off.
A little too greedy, in my opinion. However, not sure what Bunny is doing right there. They know they're there, so stop them from doing that.
Roller getting caught.
Oh wow!
Does pick it up, but you don't get many points going that route, so they don't add to their lead there and give the Rainmaker 2 Persistence on the left side of the map so they can quickly push. As you see Chan, they're obviously trying to go through the spools area on the left, but the Roller even sniffing it out, surprise, hiding in the rabbit hole there and popping out right at the right time to get the kill.
The Persistence is going to have to get creative. With that Roller there, here's the problem with Rainmaker with the Roller. Like, you have to wait for the Rainmaker to be clear, and you have to wait for like the Roller to be dead now at this point in the game. Seeing a stamp doesn't quite do too much from what I saw. Booyah Bomb. I don't know if these specials are going to add up enough. And I don't know where the Roller is either, and a Ray. Everything is against Persistence right now.
Yeah, the bunnies identifying, they know that they need to hold down this right area. And I don't think we're going to see Bunny here leaving this spot until the Rainmaker leaves altogether. The Persistence is going to have a difficult time as long as the Roller's striking it. They obviously know the Roller's there, though, as you see the Inkjet trying to get some splash damage on them. And 2 players going down, including the Roller. So here we go. Here's Persistence opportunity. If they can just find the end zap. Oh, the end zap does get a pick.
In a good spot, though.
A huge pick by the end zap in a 1v4 situation. But Ink here, staying in control, getting another pick. Can they find a way to get lead? They're just trying to get the sponge.
This K-Pro is doing an amazing job keeping its ground. I'm sorry, Commentators cursed.
They get it.
But they do get the lead. That's a really good move on their part. I said they needed to get creative, and they did. Now, the Bunnies has 35 seconds to get lead.
It's deja vu over and over and over.
This has happened like twice now, yeah.
This has happened 3 times. They keep losing. Yeah, remember, twice on Anchovy Games, and now once again, a huge lead, getting choked up at the last few seconds. They still have an opportunity to win here, but the Rainmaker is by themselves the last person alive, and once they kill this Rainmaker, they're probably not going to have enough time to pop the shield and pick it back up again.
Yeah, right now Persistence is just playing annoying. Like, look at them, they're going in and out, they're just oh my goodness, what just happened? Replay.
So that's why people are using Sploosh 7 for Rainmaker, just so that they can get the walk-off hammer toss kill.
Well, aside from that, that's going to tie the set 2-2. For losers, round 6, the winner of this is going to go to the grand finals. This is close. Tournament nerves are real. It only gets worse from here.
So now, both of these teams, the back's completely against the wall now. This is losers finals. You lose this, you're completely done. But man, that's if you're the Bunnies, you're probably saying, you know what, we weren't going to win that Rainmaker game anyways. We got it out of the way. We're going back to the Clan Blitz at the Reef. And we saw the Bunnies play a very exciting game in this mapping mode in the last set against Trick or Treat. The only game they beat Trick or Treat in, actually.
But don't forget, Wahoo game 1 of this set, Persistence took a game off on Clan Blitz. So
that's true.
It's hard to tell. But this is a pretty tough map to work with in Clan Blitz. So I'm interested to see what each of these teams do here.
Yeah, once again, we're seeing both teams kind of taking their time, readying up. I think we're going to see Bear Paw go back to the to their remix. That has really helped them out to this point. I think it'd be a complete surprise if we didn't see Bamboo, Junior, Roller, and I believe it was Octoshot coming out for the side of the Bunnies. That's their tried and true Clan Blitz comp, and it's worked out for them well, except for, like you mentioned, the last time they played Persistence in Clan Blitz.
Yeah. Regardless, the winner of this game goes to Grand Finals. The loser is out. This is probably the most stakes that isn't Grand Finals.
Oh, the L3, the vanilla L3. That's what I was missing there.
Bamboo. That always sticks out to me. I always call it out when I see it.
And we do see the foil squeezer. So pretty much the same comp that Persistence uses as well. However, they're using, I believe it's the foil squeezer. They're using that or the K Pro instead of the camo Tenta that they did use in the last Clan Blitz game.
Yeah, Bear Paw not running heavy. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little disappointed, but I'm gonna have to trust his decision there.
Who's running heavy then? Somebody else is.
Yes,
it's no use. It's their sub.
Originally running Tenta last time they played. They're already ready to push. Do they have a clan though? A little bit of miscommunication going on here.
But there, once again, anytime one team tries to score, somebody rushes the basket to try to score themselves. Yes. So, but they were able to sniff out the bunnies doing that. But here we go. The bunnies did get a second person in to score, and they are going to get a lot more points to go along with it. The roller does drown out eventually in Persistence's ink.
2 clams on the side of Persistence. If they can play the cards right, they can do it. And so far, they looked like they could. They just didn't have a clam last time they did it.
We've seen both teams be very eager to pick up their power clams. I don't know if that's by design or if that's just kind of tournament nerves at this point. But Persistence does have a lot of clams on the ready that they can use.
If they can get that jump in last second.
Oh, but the bubbles can't survive within the bubbles long enough, so they will not get the score initially. However, they're still trying to get in, and they do save the power clam, so Persistence still threatening with a Booyah Bomb coming in. Oh, but a nice pick by Bunny, getting a honey kill on the bridge.
Looks like everything's back in favor for the bunnies as they get map control and tons of claims.
Yes, clan economy heavily in the favor of the bunnies right now, with 23 clans. Yes, if they're gonna, all they need to do. Oh, here comes the baller, and Persistence isn't aware that this is happening, so a jump is going to come in, possibly with both power clams. The L3 able to absorb all the bullets, does die, but does keep the jumps alive. So all those clams get in. So the bunnies taking a commanding lead here in the first half. However, Persistence immediately rushing to the basket. They already have a clam. Now they're going to have a power clam to work with. If they can get a few picks with this bubbles coming off here, as well as the Booyah Bomb to follow up, Persistence might have a situation here where they can reclaim lead themselves.
Perhaps. Yeah, they wasted no time. This is what you love to see from teams like this. They are quick. They got the wipe, and although they lost the lead, they gained it right there. But after the bunnies push, they wasted no time. But right now the bunnies has the same situation. They got a wipe. They can take mid back, get so many clams, and perhaps counter push like right now, just like what happened with Persistence.
Yes, with 2 minutes left to go here in this do or die game 5, Judy Hopps barely avoiding that splat bomb there, keeping the armor alive. The clan economy now heavily in the favor of the bunnies. You can't really tell, but I would assume they've already picked up the Mercy clan. That would make sense with how they've been playing so far. But they do have a lot of specials built up, including that baller. It comes down to if Persistence can find that L3 that you know is already going to be trying to be sneakily finding a way into their base. As armor gets popped here, and there it goes with the baller.
But they're ready for it. All of them are there.
They do, all of them there, and the jump aren't going to come.
Same thing over and over again. Persistence is doing a great job identifying what the problem is.
Yes, very good. This Persistence was ready for it, like you mentioned, and that really stopped that push there. They were looking to do that jumping baller push again. If they do find a way to do that jumping baller push and get in 2 power clams, it will be enough to take lead, and with 50 seconds left to go, it could be enough to win a game here. But Persistence, with all the clams right now, they're looking to get a push off on their own. They're looking to KO.
Yeah, I think the big difference is Persistence now has the lead. They can sit back and spawn a little bit and play it safe for the last 30 seconds. And yeah, you can see Ink right here watching the flank point. They know it's going to happen again. Unless the bunnies changes their playstyle.
The bunnies do have control of bridge, but they don't. Oh wait, no. The Persistence has control of bridge, but the bunnies are the ones who have the specials. The roller goes down. You saw the rollers trying to get in position. They do have baller ready, and they do have 2 power clams, I believe. Yes, they do. Can the bowler get into position for those jumps again? No, he's getting a little bit closer, but those jumps are not going to come. So they're going to have to find a way to score in overtime here, JPEG.
Yeah, 20 seconds overtime. We're going to have to see what happens here. Bunny coming in. They see it.
Getting in, but they're not.
I said the big difference is Persistence has the lead. They can sit there and wait for bunnies just to come in one by one.
There's too much time. Oh, a jump does go off, but that throw's going to have to be perfect. Can the camera zoom so we can see what's happening? I think they missed the throw, and that's going to be too much time. That wherever that jump went to had to go in there, and they didn't get it in time. So Persistence holds on and wins and is going to their first ever Low Ink Grand Finals, eliminating the bunnies.
Oh, after watching the bunnies 3 times in a row, wow, that's... I feel like we just had like a full saga go on. Unfortunate. You played well, bunnies. You really did. But next time.
Bunnies will take home 3rd place, but Persistence moving on to Grand Finals. This is their 3rd appearance in the Low Ink Top Cut, and they are a team that would love to be banned from this tournament by winning it. So we're going to be giving you Trick or Treat versus Persistence up next, JPEG. Are we going to take a break? I got a sandwich here I kind of want to eat.
That sandwich is going to have to wait, buddy.